Hello guys, Fab here. Welcome to another video. This time I'm going to be showcasing my Super Smelter and XP Vault in one. I've done a video about this before, but it was like a tutorial block by block, and it's basically too complicated, I think, to do it that way. So this time I'm going to provide a world download. And I'm just going to show you the functions and how to set it up in your world. Why would you want to build such a thing? I mean, it is pretty expensive and slightly complicated, because it is the best XP source you can get. And at least in my world, where I build a lot, I always want a super smelter. I don't want to wait around for ages for smelting sand to glass and so on. So this one combines both of them, and you only have to build one. So this is it, the machine. Maybe it looks a bit daunting at first sight, but basically what you see down here is just a normal array of furnaces. You have input hoppers on top, and you have output hoppers below, leading into a chest. And you have, and this is going to get noisy, you have a normal input chest right here. So that's just the usual stuff. And let me just show you. If I put in a stack of stones, the minecart moves along. And we should be starting to see, this is from previous smelts, we should be starting to see stones coming in right about now. Yeah, there they come. So that's how that works, just like a normal smelter, and it's pretty fast, I would say. There's a slight delay because it's also an XP vault, which means that these two up here are two zero-tick cactus farms just put together like this. So the cactus comes down here, goes through this hopper string and straight into this hopper, which will be emptied by the hopper minecart. Now you can do zero-tick farms another way. The good thing about these zero-tick farms is that they will work also if you're on a spigot server, on a paper spigot server. You might think you're playing vanilla Minecraft, and you may be, but if you're doing it on a spigot server, all redstones doesn't work, but this one does. I've tried it. So far so good. Now this and this is obviously two carpet dupers, and they're duping carpets, being caught by this hopper and this hopper minecart and led into these hopper strings right here. This one going this way, and this one going this way. And if there eventually is an overflow, it will go down here and be burned off in the lava right here. The reason I put the carpet tubers at either end and leading them in towards the middle is because it's much faster that way to fill up the furnaces and these chests. I don't know how far it's come. It's there apparently. And the reason there's chests is if you want to smelt like a chest full of glass or something, they just can't keep up. So you have to have a backup of fuel, and it doesn't matter whether you use carpet or you use bamboo. It will take four items to smelt one item. So this is 27 divided by 4. Never do math on camera, but as you see, it's not that many stacks. So combined with what we have in the hoppers, when they're filled, it's a necessary storage to have. And as I said, if it has an overflow, it will go out here in the lava. Right. Maybe you consider carpet tubing cheating. I don't know, but I don't think so really. After zero-tick farms were introduced, it's basically the same, I think. So I'm okay with it in my world. But if you do, it's easy to change out this with a zero-tick bamboo farm. And right over there, I built one for you. It's basically exactly the same as this, but with bamboo, and you can just put in those instead. Then there's the part about setting up the furnace or the system. I would recommend that you start by having these two filling up the chest before you start this part up. And if we look at the hopper minecart, you will see there's 14 in the third slot. You need to set it up like this with 14 cactus in the first slot, because that ensures that every time you smelt something else, it will all be smelted and not be caught somewhere along this system. So you have to do this, and the reason, if you want to know why, is because I put a comparator output from this, and it retracts when actually when there's like 46. Don't know why that is, but it's supposed to be equal to this one, which is a full stack. This comparator goes into this, but it actually activates when there's 46, which means that every time you put something in, it will always, the first slot will always be used, so that it will always have a clean slate, so to speak, when you put in other stuff. Then there's the output chest. Let's just remove some of this and all these stones. As you see, there's no cactus dye or green dye, and that is simply because I put up an item filter below the chest, so a green dye can go through, and when they do, they go into a dropper that and is pushed out into lava, but everything else stays in the chest. So let's try and find this, and to see it I have to go to survival. As you see, I already have a level of 37. That's a lot, so let me just get rid of this. I need to be in survival. Let's see how far we can get from 32 levels. So the first one gave us 32 levels, and this one just gave us from 32 to 44. You see, it's pretty good. But I have noticed something using this in survival. Then you kind of lose track, and then you go around trying to get XP from furnaces that you've just used. So I made a small system so you can actually better keep track of this. I haven't installed this system down there because I wanted you to see the normal furnace array, but this is basically it. It's quite simple. If you imagine that we lock a furnace, take out what we need, obviously there's nothing here right now, and then we open it again so it can take in new XP, and then you see this is lit. Do the same with the other one, take out the item, get the XP, this is lit. And when you use the last furnace, you just use this button and reset it, and or at least you will have a lot of furnaces with quite a lot of XP in them. So guys, that was it. Hope you liked it. Remember, there's a world download so you can try it out for yourselves, see how it's done. If you like the video, please give it a like, and if you really like it and you want to see more, do subscribe. You know the drill. Bye.